Hi, this is Pranab Thakurta from Edu TV. Today we have the famous Lieutenant General Kulkarni, Lieutenant General Surendra Kulkarni, who is the director of Mayo College, Ajmer, the prestigious Mayo College. General Kulkarni has served Indian Army for 4 decades and he has been recognized by many awards. Sir has been a man management professional, so we would like to request him to advise, sir, how curiosity can be inculcated among students. Over to you, General Saab.
Thank you, Pranav. First and foremost, let me start by saying that curiosity comes naturally to every child. It is as the process of nurturing goes on at home, in school, that actually we curb curiosity by placing dimensions, borders, restrictions on a child. So many of these restrictions are actually of a physical nature. Don't go out, you'll get hurt. Don't do this, don't do that. This is not acceptable. All these are essentially judgmental actions. And we are being judgmental to a child long before the child has the maturity to understand why these guidelines are being spelled out. So therefore, first and foremost, we must allow the natural curiosity in a child to persist in the growing years. Second, as I said, no non-judgmental. Third, what is it that tickles a child if you see? It is creating a make-believe world. One day child will say, I will play mummy today. I will play teacher today. Or another day they'll say, I am Superman or whatever it is. A child likes to live in a make-believe world where he blends the real and imagined world into his or her worldview. Now, in that lies great learning. Because the child does not know, he or she is ignorant. There is full confidence. He says, okay, I will go to the moon, or I will grab the stars, or I will jump into the water, even if the child doesn't know how to swim. Because the child doesn't know, you can drown. So therefore, allowing a child to do what they want, while being observant of the child for the sake of their safety. At the same time, we should not try and impose curbs in the very young ages. As they grow up into their pre-teens, then what are the things that fascinate them? Gaming, for example. All of them love to play games. It can be anything. You're in a group of people and you put a hanky in between and you say, okay, let's see who can pick up the hanky and run away. The game need not necessarily be a video game. Then there is a mindset of a child being competitive and wants to win. To do that, at that young age, a child may or may not be ethical. Winning may be more important than the ethics involved or the fair play involved. At that stage, it is still too early to instill this idea of that there are rules, there is a system of business. We must allow these steps to happen till, of course, at some time as they grow up and mature, there are curbs to be placed. There is not unlimited freedom. The next thing that generates curiosity in them is the whole idea of storytelling. If you see the oral history that went down, and all of us with our grandmothers at our labs, we learned them. Those are our tales we still remember. So storytelling helps, but even more, story completion helps. You give them half the story and you say, what do you think will happen now? And if you give it to 5 children, you will get 5 different stories based on how their thought process is going. It doesn't matter where their thought process is going. The fact that they're thinking about where the story should proceed further is enhancing their curiosity, their sense of, coming to a conclusion of their convenience. Then we must encourage multimedia answers. For example, there is too much focus in schools on the written text. Somebody may be able to draw something better. Somebody may be able to speak something better. Somebody may be able to act out something better. Somebody may be able to do mime. It doesn't matter which medium is used by that child. But we must encourage curiosity to proceed in whichever medium they feel comfortable in. There is a tendency, again, once you get into formal schooling, to start narrowing them down more and more towards texts or digital platforms, which is not how their mind works. The next thing which I want to highlight is that we tend to put children's thought processes into silos, which curbs curiosity. So you will make them think in English, or you make them think in geography, or in chemistry, or in history. Their mind is wandering in every domain. Very often in domains they don't even know about. So they will get into astronomy or some other thing which they have no clue, they don't even know it's called astronomy. But they can come up with some ideas. So at the crux of it, this is something which I coined some time back, that the word education, the first three letters, E, D, and U, is what fosters curiosity. E for explore, D for discover, and U for understand. If the child goes through these three processes, then you will find that the curiosity has resulted in some understanding and gain for the child. Number two, there is no threshold, no limit to curiosity. When we say that we talk glibly that we should become lifelong learners. What does being lifelong learner mean? That the fire of curiosity is still burning in you. Then only if you're complacent that you know everything or what you need to know, you will not bother to find out. And you will only bother to find out if you're curious about this. Then the last point I want to emphasize is children perform best in a social setting. And therefore, to make them foster and nurture their curiosity about other human beings is very important. And this, when they grow up, they will understand results in communication skills, in collaboration skills, in ability to solve complex problems in a team. So without formalizing these processes to them, they will arrive at them and one fine day suddenly find, yes, it's already in me. So have the tools in me, driven by my curiosity, to be relevant in our 21st century skills.
Very right, sir. I think in a very short point of view, summed up very nicely. And I'm sure, and I think you said a very good thing, curiosity comes naturally.